This is Ultimate Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Cyberverse Ultimate Prime. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the box first, and you can see that he has a gimmick here called the Matrix Mega Shot, which we'll show off. He is in Action Attackers. He's Ultimate Class, and if you look here at the back, it shows that he transforms in 11 moves, and that his function, and let's pull this back a little bit, is as the Noble Leader. I mean, pretty obvious stuff there. So let's go ahead and take a look at Optimus right now. And he is pretty big. He is an Ultimate Class, which is basically a Leader Class size. Let's just go take a look at him. Here he is from the front. From the side, back, other side. He actually looks pretty nice. One thing that I want to mention is that when he first comes in his package, this back part here is off. And so if you want to make him look a bit better, since he does have some backpack, you can pull this off. It doesn't really make a big difference on the back, but when you look at him from the front, it makes him look a little bit leaner. One of the things that I don't really like about this figure is he does have those covered hands, so you know he's got truck hands there, but it's not too bad. One thing that he does do is he comes with a gimmick, as all of these Action Attackers do. And his is in his chest. Basically, you push this part here, and this pops open. And they call it the Matrix Mega Shot. What you do is he has a button here on the side, right here, which you can turn. And when you turn that button, actually turn it down. Let's see. This happens. Spins, it kind of opens up and spins, and you get to see this matrix in there. And you can pull it apart and just see the matrix. It looks pretty nice, actually, when you pull that open. But that's pretty much it for that. In order to reset him, you have to lift this part up here, his head, and you flip this around. If it sticks, which it does not want to stick for me for some reason. There you go. Flip that around, put it down, and be very gentle because he is on a very hair trigger like system. I mean, you just barely move it and it will pop open on you. But that is his gimmick. Let's go over his articulation really quick. The head does turn left and right. It doesn't look up and down. Well, if you open the chest part, it kind of looks up and down, but I don't think that counts. But yeah, so it does turn on a swivel. Here, you got a swivel here where you can go up and down, kind of spin around. It doesn't really go all the way back because he's got some joints in here, so you can't go full circle, but you get a good range of motion there. He can move his arms up and down like this. He does turn here, left and right, so you can turn around. He does have elbow bend. So he has more already in articulation than a lot of the figures I've seen in this line. So that is definitely a plus. Let's look at his legs. They can go in and out, forward about that much, back about that much. He does have some thigh swivel here, so he can swivel here at the thigh, and he does have knee bend, so his legs do bend. So he's got quite a bit of articulation. So let's just do a couple of size comparisons. Here he is. Here he is with our ID Optimus Prime, the deluxe one. And of course he's bigger than a deluxe. And let's also throw in Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. Of course, he's bigger than the Combiners Wars, which is a Voyager size. So he's bigger than a Voyager. And that's how they look together. Let's move him off to the side. And here he is with falling down. Oh my gosh, can't get this guy to stand up for all of a sudden. Here he is with Power of the Primes, leader class Optimus Prime. As you can see, they are roughly, well, he's actually a little bit taller than him. He's a little taller than the leader class. But they're roughly the same size. And so there you have that. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and get him transformed. And so in order to get him transformed, it's pretty simple. Basically what you want to do is take these arms. Actually, let's go ahead and put that back piece back on. If I can find where I put it at. Here it is, and we're going to go ahead and stick this on. Now remember I said this came detached anyway, so it's pretty simple to put back on. Just kind of connect it back here. There it goes. Alright, so you keep this part open, and we're going to go ahead pull this part back here to get him kind of in his truck mode. And we'll take the legs, flip these little red pieces here open, and flip this side open here. We're gonna turn these legs in on each other. And you have to make sure that it gets in there good, because it gets a little stuck. And like I said, this thing's on a hair trigger, so anytime you move, you're probably going to pop that part off. But anyway, I'll get back to that. But before we do, you want to make sure these legs go all the way back, because they kind of get stuck in there. So you'll hear a click when they're in place. So let's click this one in place. There we go. Pull out this thing. It's on a double hinge here. This little part right here on the waist. So you're going to pull that out. There we go. Get them fully extended. As you can put the legs together, they've got a couple of little hinges here. Let's put the legs together. And there we go. Going to flip him up. And actually, this head is going to come down like this. So it's going to lean back so that this part can actually reach over. Let's try to put this back on. I'm not too excited about that. But we'll put this back on. Fold these arms back and down. And there's a little hinge here, right? And so this part's going to connect in there. He's actually a little bit fiddly right now. So let's push this in here. We'll do the same on this side. Push the arm all the way back. Connect this joint of the arm into here. So it's underneath the cap. There we go. Just try to make sure everything stays lined up the way I want it, without pulling parts off. Let's put this back on. Well, let's see. There we go. This part needs to stay open. This part should be on. There we go. Make sure that's all straightened out. Fold This little part here attaches. There's a little knob here. There's a little spot in there. I don't know if you can fully see it, but there's a little spot there. You attach it here. Do the same on the other side. You attach this little spot here. Close it. Take this part of the arm right here, pull it out, and it extends to form a door of sorts. And take this part, extend it. There's a little notch here, right up here in the front, and a little tab there. So those two are gonna press together. Try to press them together. And I'm gonna try one more time to keep this little gimmick back in. Keeps popping out. And close that up. And there you have him in his vehicle mode. Let's move the camera down just a little bit. And this vehicle mode is different. It certainly does. I mean, it looks like a truck, but it's a little odd, but not bad, not terrible. Here's from the back. Here he is from the side. And he does roll. His gimmick does work. Like I said, it's on a hair trigger, but you just tap this, and this pops out. And what happens with this is if you roll him, you get that spinning motion. There you go. So you just roll him, then he spins. So, I mean, it's good, I guess, that he rolls with it open, because it'll happen 9 times out of 10 that'll pop open. And of course, to put it back in, you just flip up the hood, turn around, and try to get it to lock in there. There it goes to the front, and try not to touch the top unless you want the gimmick to pop out. So there he is. Let's do a few size comparisons. Here he is with Deluxe Class RID Optimus Prime. You can see, of course, he's a little bit bigger. Here he is with Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Voyager Class Optimus Prime, which I don't really... This one says on the box that he's a Voyager, but I always thought he was very big. Like, he should have been a leader class. So he's actually a little bit bigger than him, but, you know. And here is a leader class Optimus Prime from the Titans Return. And there you see how he scales there. So, that is it. I mean, I think he's a good figure. I don't know if he's worth the $30 that they're asking for him. He's got a lot more articulation than some of the other figures do. I think he's nice. Especially think that kids will probably get a kick out of him. He's pretty sturdy. Doesn't feel like he's going to break. I did mention that hair trigger, gimmick move that just is constant. Constantly going off of the transformation. But the transformation is quick. You might not have got a good sense of it from how much trouble I seem to have with it, but it is a quick transformation. And so I think that on the fun scale, especially for younger kids, that it's got the fun part of aspect to it. As far as collectors, especially like adult collectors, it's somewhere in the middle. I mean, it's not like great figure, but it does have a lot of articulation, more that so than a lot of the other figures, so you'll be able to get a little bit more more poses out of them and things like that. So that's it for my review, though. So if you liked the review, please subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I'll definitely be coming at you with more reviews. So until then, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.